It's time for us to head to the Storm Report, and it is those fellas that wear the bright lime green with the white and the black, and it is the Jeparit Rainbow Storm, and one of their legends is Big Peter Weir. He joins me now. G'day, Peter. How you going?
Yeah, really well, thanks, Wayne. The season's starting to turn up here with a bit longer days and a bit warmer weather, and yeah, the finals aren't too far around the corner with the last round of matches this weekend.
I love looking at the photos that you post at the club each week. Very, very good photography. Always see some really funny pictures, and love that green colour. It stands out beautifully. And I thought the colouring of your colour against the yellow of Pimpernaya last week was really lovely to see. Just the bright country colours.
Yeah, we did a great job in choosing our uniform back when we moved into the Horsham District League, and as you touched on, we're lucky to have some really keen photographers that follow us around each week and come home with some really good snapshots of the weekend's action.
They do a great job. I'll tell you what, talking about snapshots of good action against the Tigers, it was Jeparit Rainbow who won, and we're going to have a look at that game last of the senior ones, because Harrow Balmoral 11-13 beat the Swifts 6-5, and that puts the Swifts in a bit of a danger zone.
Yeah, it's a really solid win from Harrow at home, and Michael Close is having a great season across half forward for the Harrow boys, and watch for him to have a big impact in the finals, and yeah, they were too good for stall.
They were. We'll talk about previewing the games of why the Swifts are in a little danger problem in terms of where they finish in the top six. I'll tell you what, the big danger zone was Narrabri Quantong. They lost to Kalkee 7-16-58 to 6-9-45, and guess what? It is the Bomber boys who were threatening a premiership back before COVID, now out of the finals race.
Yeah, it must be very disappointing for the senior team and their club there, because they have been so good over the last few years. But yeah, they took it right up to Kalkee until three-quarter time. But as we know with the Kalkee boys, they always play four quarters, and that last quarter they'll be able to get on top of Narrabri Quantong and finish their season in disappointing fashion for the home team.
Down at Nadimark, they love to count sheep down there, as we all know. They have got them going left, right, yep, that one goes to market, that one goes out to paddock. Well, they counted a lot of points down there. 7 goals, 23 if you don't mind. They've lost to Taylor's Lake, 10 goals, 11, 71 to 7, 23, 65. Wow, the sheep paddockers have just lost their count.
Yeah, that's terrible kicking, and it's a bit surprising because they do have some pretty sharp shooters usually in their forward line, Flowman, but that allowed the Taylor's Lake boys in the door, and they got another win for the season, which is great for them, and they turned around a close defeat earlier in the season, so they probably owed Nadimark one and had a great win.
Great win. Eden up absolutely 18, 9-1, 17 to Laharam, 4-8, 32.
Yeah, did what they had to do to keep their finals chances well alive, with that Narrabri Quantong result being unknown at the time, and now they'll find themselves definitely playing finals footy.
They certainly will, and interestingly enough, Matty Butler not amongst the goal-kicking there, but in the next game, it was a big goal-kicking effort because Rapanyup 21-19, 145 beat Canova 2-2-14. A massive show there by the Ruppa Panthers.
Yeah, the home crowd will really be enjoying watching their team play this year. They're playing exciting team brand of footy, and they're kicking big scores. And Jack Musgrove obviously got on the end of a lot again and kicked another bag of 12 goals. Flowman.
He's got 83 for the season, Big Weary. I know you love kicking a goal or two yourself. So with the finals footy to play, I reckon he'll hit the 100.
Yeah, I think he will. He's had a great season. It'll be a challenge for him in finals, though, because it always is hard as a key forward to continue to kick those big bags. So Rapanyup will hope to find other avenues to goal, but at the moment he can't go past Jack and he keeps kicking them, so why not kick the ball to him?
Well, absolutely. But tell you what, they did that down at Jeparit Rainbow, 14-12, 96 to Pimpernaya, 5-5 at 35. Some interesting goal kicking here in your side.
Yeah, Xavier Oakley chimed in with 4 goals, which was great, and Jay kicked 3 and obviously would have helped him set up a few of those. But I think the game was over early in the first quarter with a great start, which is always important away from home. And after that, a little bit of weather changed the course of play, and also credit to the Pimpernaya boys. They've got a really good young group there, and Clint's doing a good job with them. And I think in the off-season they might just target a forward to finish their work. But through the midfield there's some great signs for a positive future at Pimpernaya.
Certainly is. He signed the deal to go again at Pimpernaya next year. Clint, well done to him. And goal also to Simon Clugston there, adding to the 3 from last week, putting his name forward as a forward. I just got a feeling he might be going back fairly soon. We'll go to that in a minute when we preview the games, but let's go to the junior grade. grades and the senior grade in the reserves firstly, and this was a pretty reasonable sort of showing out there for your fellas. They come up against a Pimpernaya side that's been right up there this year, and unfortunately Pimpernaya got home.
Yeah, they played well throughout the game, but Pimpernaya will just be able to get rewarded for their work and put it on the scoreboard and kick a score to beat our boys. And yeah, Lucas Edelson returned really well from his trip away, and he was best on ground and finds himself back in the senior team this weekend.
Unfortunately, the lads come up against a solid Tigers outfit, 12-1, 73 to 1 point in the 17s.
Yeah, Matt Campbell's done a great job. This will be the boys' last game of the year with no game against Laharam this weekend. So it's been a great season from the under-17 boys. Look for them to get stronger as a few of these good under-14 boys filter into the team next year.
Well, talking about getting stronger, the photos said it all. That's where I was looking actually at some of the kids and the hi-fi celebrations and facial expressions. They kicked 4 goals to nothing in the last quarter to knock Pimpernaya over 6-6, 42 to 2-4, 16, Weary.
Yeah, it shows those extra training sessions we've spoken about are definitely paying off, Flowman, with the confidence to finish off the game and kick 4 goals. And it was great to see Oscar Clark chime in with 2 goals up forward, Flowman, and get the boys home in a great victory over the third-place Pimpernaya team.
Oh, Parker Gould and Ryder Gould also joined him in the celebration, along with Fletcher Keller, William Fisher, Ryder, and also Lenny Weir, Peyton Jeffries in the better players. That's a great little group of kids. Milton Ellis and Nate Ellis did the job for the boys at Pimpernaya, and Lincoln Tucker and Jardy Ellis got the better players for them on the day. Okay, what's happening around the Rainbow Club this week, Weary? I believe the kids might well be dancing, those 14-year-old lads.
Yeah, Saturday night after the club rooms, it's a junior disco. It was very successful last year, and it's a chance to give the kids their time in the sun, and they had a great season in the netball and in the footy, so there's plenty to celebrate. And there was also the Auskick Grand Final Flowman on Thursday night, so it's been a great week for the juniors, and that'll get capped off Saturday night.
It will with the disco. The A-grade netball girls too had a win over Pimpernaya, puts them into finals.
Yeah, they're having a great season. They had a great win against Pimpernaya. They'll really get challenged this weekend against Laharam, but that'll be a good tester moving into the finals rounds. And I'm looking forward to a great finals performance from the girls the following week. All
right, we're going to talk about your senior game and Shane Maslin's achievements pretty soon. But let's have a look at the other senior football matches in Horsham District. Last round of home and away, it's Eat-Up Apsley taking on Nadimak, and they should win and win comfortably at home.
Yeah, I think they'll win at home. Now, it doesn't matter if they do win or lose this game, but I think the boys will be keen to take some momentum into the final series, and they'll be too good for Nadimak at home. And Nadimak have probably had a bit of a disappointing season, but they'll want to go out on a strong note, but Eden will be too good.
Rapanyup take on the Swifts. They're near neighbours, these two, of course. So at North Park, I don't think the Panthers will drop it, but the Swifts would love to win it because they're being threatened for their place on the ladder by Edenhope Apsley.
Yeah, as we know, Harrow are a really dangerous team, and if the Store boys want to avoid Harrow in the first week of finals, they'll have to try and upset Rapanyup on their home deck, but I think that'll be a challenge too much for them, and Rapanyup will finish off their great home and away season.
We're assuming that the Keys will beat Taylors Lake by plenty, and that Harrow would beat Conively All by plenty, but not enough to get second place off the Keys. You'd obviously be tipping the Keys and the boys from Harrow Balmoral to have wins over the lower sides.
Yeah, with percentage being so important in both those games, I expect shootouts, and I think both teams' defences will be quite happy when they hear the final siren ring, but I think it's way too much for Harrow to make up that ground, and I think we'll see Kalkee finish second and Harrow finish third on the ladder. And
Pimpernaya, with the Clint Bedette's signing, they've got some good players. Could they surprise Narrajua Quantong at the Bomberland?
Oh, I think they can. They probably look to a team like Narrajua Quantong who had that rapid improvement based on a really good young group, so look for Pimpernaya to be inspired by the Narrajua club, and hopefully for their sake, they'll go there and upset them, but I think the Narrajua Quantong boys might be still just a fraction good and have a win at home.
All right, now you lads come back into your rainbow. That is the Fortress there. Big Weary, the last home and away match. Laharam are the opposition. You've got a couple of legends coming back to play the final home and away round, and they'll be joining another one of your local legends who travels from SA, Shane Maslin, with 300 games.
Yeah, Shane's been a great recruit to get someone of his quality to come over from Adelaide for such a long time. It's been great for the club on and off the field, and can't wait to run out with him in that game, Flowman. And also Ash Clugston's coming back after a nasty ankle fracture about 12 weeks ago, previous to the time we played Laharam, and having Ash out there just makes everyone feel better, and people love watching him play footy, so that'll be a great lift for the group for the last game of the season.
What about the lift for the reserve grade lads? They come up against Laharam, bottom of the table, Laharam. You blokes are in ninth. I reckon an option here for a win for the boys.
Yeah, I think they'll definitely finish their season really well, and there's some great young players that have played a consistent season of reserves footy, and we'll hope they hang around and keep training with us, Flowman, and help us with our preparation for the senior finals. And with injuries and COVID, you never know, they might just get an unlikely opportunity in the weeks to come.
I'll tell you what, it gets tough for the 14-year-olds. So we're celebrating last week. The top side, Laharam, awaits them, but they're in the finals. So if you're going to test yourself, you might as well have a last home and away match against the best side in the league to get some structure and to play against really good players.
Yeah, it'll be a great test for them to go into the finals, and the game starts at 10:55 without any under-17s game, Flowman. So it's a great opportunity for the local people to get down and see the next lot of talented Jeparit Rainbow juniors coming through. And I did have a quick study of the form, and I did see that the only game Laharam have lost is to the Pimpanayo boys, who, as we just touched on, the Jeparit Rainbow lads were able to knock off last weekend. So that's a little interesting one, and should give the boys a little bit of confidence that they can match it with the top team.
No, I tell you what, it's a fantastic competition to see the boys in the lime crop green out there playing some fantastic football. Actually, it's more a barley green, isn't it, than a wheat green? Is that right, Weary?
Yeah, I'd call it barley green, Flowman, but so this year the crop's looking nice and dark green, so let's hope they stay that way.
Good stuff. Welcome back to you onto the footy field. Go well, take care, and to the great man Ash Clugston. And I'd suggest Simon won't be getting a job up forward, given that you and Ash are back.
Yeah, I did send him a photocopy of the team, Flowman, and his name was at full back and mine was at the exact opposite end. So I think I've had a little win there over Simo.
I think you've got it. I reckon it's going to be a terrific weekend of local footy. Last home and away match. Get out and have a look at it at Rainbow. Thanks, Weary.
No worries. Thanks very much, Wayne.